Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Franchise to you, coming at you with another video for Dynasty Owner, and I just wanted to go over a quick version of a mock draft, and keep in mind this is based on the 2021, obviously, and we're getting ready for the 2022 season. So these players are based on the players prior to the 2021 season. So without further ado, you see the countdown. So let's go ahead and launch the draft. And let's look at the player pool that we have here. And you have two ways of looking at it. Let's just go ahead and show you real quick what the second version looks like. This is the draft board itself. So you can click back and forth. Yeah, we're still getting ready for it. We got 47 seconds, so just keep in mind, like I said, these are players for the 2021 draft, but we're going to go ahead and do a quick mock draft, letting everybody know that is interested in possibly joining Dynasty Owner, which, once again, I highly recommend. This is what the draft looks like, and like I said, it is a salary-based team, or a salary-based league with live NFL contracts, and you can see their yearly salary right here, and you can see how many years they have available. Obviously, Josh Allen's a free agent; he's the number one on that board. So, with all that being said, it's not just your typical draft. It is salary, real life salary contracts, and here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started, and the first pick is on the clock right now. We are going to start this draft. The first player picked is Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, the first player picked. Second player picked is Christian McCaffrey. The third player picked, and I got the fourth pick. That is Dalvin Cook is the fourth player, or the third player picked. So now I am on the clock. Turn off my little alerts because it alerts you on your phone every time your pick is on the clock. So here you are. You got your salaries, and you got your players. And let me just go ahead and you have a strategy. You could either go most expensive, best player. I mean, there's so many different ways people could do it. I'm just going to go ahead and show you one way of doing it, and I just want people to see the actual draft. So keep in mind, this is not what I would normally do, just in case there's people out there watching my strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and pick. The best quarterback available, which is Tom Brady. This is going into no. I'm not going to pick Tom Brady. I'll go ahead and pick Josh Allen. He has a $5 million contract. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a quarterback, my first pick. Now keep in mind that's the draft board, so you can see the players that are being picked in real time. Najee Harris, another running back, was picked number 5. We got Justin Herbert, number 6. And this is a mock draft, so it's going to go relatively quick. I don't want people to think that we're going to be here all day doing it. But I want to, as you can see right above each player's name, team name, it has how much money they have spent on this mock draft. And you have a salary cap you got to stay under. So you got to keep that in mind when you're making these picks. You got 25 players. This is a startup team. So you're picking all 25 rounds of this. You're creating your base team right now. You have you can go up to 30 players. So when this is all said and done, you could still pick up 5 more players in the free agent market. So as you see, DK Metcalf is the first wide receiver taken off the board, and he is he's number 12, the first number 12, the last one of the first round. And Derrick Henry, first pick of the second round, goes back. It's a snake draft. So you pick first, and then you pick last on the second round. So it's a snake draft, just like it should be. So it gives everybody a fair advantage. Doesn't give anybody an advantage over somebody else just because they got that first pick. Sometimes that first pick is not the best one. So as you see, it is moving on down. Trevor Lawrence was just picked. And we got J.K. Dobbins, Clyde Edwards, Ezekiel Elliott. And here I'm on the clock again, and they just chose A.J. Brown. So let's go see who we got available. We could either sort it by quarterbacks, which I already got a quarterback, so we're going to go ahead and see who the best running back is available. And we got Joe Mixon at $12 million, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette. Let's see. Let's go with the next one with wide receivers. See who the best wide receiver is on the board right now. Let's look at their salaries. I'm gonna go with Debo because I want to be cheap right now. I'm gonna go with Debo. His contract was cheap, so now that puts me at $7 million I've spent so far on Josh Allen and Debo. So you have different approaches. You see, the computer has a lot of different approaches on here. You got teams that have already spent $13 million. One team has already spent $23 million, and that Cooper Scooper guy. These are just computer generated names. Cooper Scooper is $23 million, and then you got the cheapest one at like $5 million. So I'm sorry, at $4 million with Florconi and cheese. So you got a lot of different ways of looking at it. Looks like they're going wide receiver heavy right now, and I am on the clock again. So I've got a wide receiver and a quarterback. So let's see. Let's take a look at those running backs again. Joe Mixon is still available. Leonard Fournette at $3 million. James Conner at $1.7 million. And you can kind of see by their stats too, the 2020 stats, 2021 stats, which they do have this year, 21 stats. So that's the year that they just played. Even though it's a mock draft, they still show you 2021 performances. Joe Mixon actually had the best season as the running backs, it looks like, but his contract is $12 million. Yeah, let's go with Joe Mixon anyways. Let's go. Let's spend a little bit of money on that one. So let's go back and see who's picking what. Joe Mixon. They're still going wide receiver heavy. CD Lamb. There's David Montgomery, a cheap running back at $1 million. One and some change. There's Lamar Jackson. He's due a new contract this year, so his contract's going to skyrocket along with Josh Allen. Devontae Adams was the next pick. Josh Jacobs, the running back, off the board. Okay, here we go. Once again, everybody, this is a mock draft for the Dynasty Owner, and give everybody an idea of what it's like to see a mock draft for the Dynasty Owner format. Salary-based, real-life salary-based contracts. Just because you see their contracts now, some of them are up for renewal, some of them maybe retiring. You know, like Tom Brady, who we know is retiring. That's why it looks like nobody's getting him. So you may be drafting for this year, but keep in mind you own these players, so you're drafting for the future as well. So sometimes you're looking at the contracts, the length of the contract, the cost of the contract. You're looking at a lot of different details when you're building a team. So it's not just, oh, I want the best player. I want the best player at a reasonable price. Or do I want to spend the money and get the best player at an expensive price? So there's some ways of looking at it. Here I am back on the clock. DJ Moore, George Kittle was just picked. So now I'm up on the clock again. And let's go ahead and take a look at running backs. Let's take a look at the flex position, because the flex position basically has your running backs, your tight ends, and your wide receivers all grouped together. So I'm going to go cheap again on this one. I'm debating, do I want to go tight end because I need a tight end, or do I want to continue with the wide receivers? Let's see. I'm going to go with tight end because tight end's not as deep. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of before, because they've already picked, it looks like they picked Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts, Darren Waller, and George Kittle. So I believe after Mark Andrews, there's a big drop off after that. So I had to go ahead and secure at least a decent tight end. Okay, so, and keep in mind, I'm simulating this as me being the fourth pick overall. So I got the fourth pick in the first round, and then kind of sneaks around, and you see how it's going back and forth. So I've spent $19 million so far towards the cap. And like I said, I just want to give everybody, here I am back on the clock. So that was the next tight end, TJ Hawkinson. So let's see who we are going to get now. Do we want to spend money? The next couple receivers are, actually Deontay Johnson's only at $1 million. Hunter Renfrow, Keenan Allen. Length of the contracts, nobody's really. Leonard Fournette's actually a free agent right now, so his contract's probably going to be going up. So let's go with. Look at Cooper Kupp though. Cooper Kupp, 440 points. Next closest to him is 275. I gotta go Cooper Kupp. He's my boy. I gotta spend a little money on him. He had a breakout season. Like I said, not anybody even close to him as far as points. So I'm surprised he actually lasted all the way. What did I get him? The 5th round. I'm surprised he lasted all the way to the 5th round, to be honest with you. I think he was one of the top receivers. He actually was the top receiver as far as Triple Crown winner. I'm going to give my props to my boy Cooper Kupp. So Triple Crown winner. Yeah, you don't hear that very often. So T. Higgins, another wide receiver. Trey Lance, the rookie. Looks like we got the 11th pick in the 5th round. Goes to Brandon Ayuk. And then the last pick of the 5th round goes to DeAndre Hopkins, a $27 million guy. So that contract, if you look at that, that puts that guy into the $62 million after he picks Devontae Smith. So he's spending the most money as that last guy in the first round. Happy Galladay. He's already spent $62 million. Oh, but then you got this guy right there, hooked on Thielen. He's already spent $80 million because he picked Patrick Mahomes, who's a $45 million guy. Yeah, so he's Saquon Barkley. He's already got him too. He's a hefty little salary. So you got some guys that are spending some money, and then you got guys that are average spenders, and then you got, for the most part, that very first one, he's only spent $10 million. So see the different approaches. So here I am on the clock again. Let's see who we are going to get. What do I have so far? Let's go back over here and take a look at it. I got two wide receivers, a running back, and a quarterback. So I'm going to go ahead and focus my attention on this pick as a running back. So let's go with let's see who we got available as far as running backs. Let's just focus on the running backs for a second. Cordell Patterson, Damian Harris, Melvin Gordon, Delvin Singletary, A.J. Dillon. You know what? I'm gonna gamble on this. I'm gonna go drop all the way down here to the number 25, Elijah Mitchell, who we know had a pretty good year. So let's just take him. Let's just take Elijah Mitchell. Yes, I'm a Rams guy, and I've already picked 2 49ers and only 1 Rams. Go figure, huh? Like I said, you can't play this game with your heart. You got to play it with your mind. And if you're playing it with your heart and you pick all your favorite players on your favorite team, that is not probably going to get you very far. So as you see, I am a Rams fan, but I'm playing with my head and not my heart. So I got to make sure that I'm picking who is going to help me win games. And if it's a 49er over a Rams, then so be it. Here we are. 7th round. It's my turn up. It's my turn again. So I got my 2 quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers, a tight end. Basically, I got my starting lineup minus the flex position. So now I'm just going to go ahead with the best player available. Let's go back to the flex position. Mike Evans, Hunter Renfrow. Let's see. We got $16 million for Evans, 2 more years. Hunter Renfrow, we are talking a 1 point difference. 1 point difference. Leonard Fournette, 1 point difference. James Conner. They're both, although actually Leonard Fournette, James Conner, Mike Williams, Cordell Patterson, Tyler Lockett, Chris Godwin. That group of players are all free agents right now. So, this is a tough decision. Like I said, do I want to go running back? Do I want to go wide receiver? I'm gonna go running back. No, I'm gonna go cheap. I'm gonna go Hunter Renfrow. Look at that, 1 point, not even a full point difference. I think he had a surprise year for the Raiders. I'm gonna go ahead and take him so you can kind of see where we are now. Again, Hunter Renfrow, DJ Clark, the Jaguars taken next. Then you got Chris Godwin. So wide receivers again are the heavy push right now. Laviska Shenault of the Jaguars taken next. Then you got Dallas Goedert, a tight end, taken. Then we're looking at Baker Mayfield, next quarterback off the board. And then we got Mike Evans, so they finally chose Mike Evans after some of those other wide receivers. Mac Jones, the Patriots, a rookie. Yeah, he had a pretty good season. I would say he's a safe bet. Ronald Jones, he got a raw deal in Tampa Bay. Ever since Leonard Fournette came in there, he's been in the doghouse. I think he's a good running back, so I think he has a lot of potential if he just gets out of the shadow of Leonard Fournette, and for some reason Arians doesn't like him because he fumbles. So Michael Pittman, A.J. Dillon, who that could be an up-and-coming star right there. Robert Woods has a heartbreaking injury. He's still out. Tyler Lockett of the Seahawks. Then you got Darrell Henderson of the Rams, my boy. Then you got Zach Moss of the Bills. Elijah Moore from the Jets, another rookie. And I am on the clock. So pretty much at this point right here, we're taking either best player available, or if you want to, because you got to remember we're filling our bench. Our bench gets us 25% of what they score. It goes towards our point total. So it is very important to continue picking players that are either going to get you points or whatever it may be. Like I said, there's so many different strategies. I don't want to go into too many ways of doing it because I don't want people out there to catch on to my strategy. But like I said, it's not just the starters we're looking at. We're looking at the bench players as well. So let's go ahead and stick with I don't know if the Buccaneers will be as good. So I'm going to go ahead and man, this is tough. Like I said, once you get down to these players, just because they're middle of the tier players doesn't mean it's not easy. It's still tough because you got strategy, you got to think about it. And I'm going James Conner. I'm going to go James Conner. That might be a surprise to some people, but I'm going to go James Conner over Leonard Fournette. So we got Irv Smith of the Vikings taken next. We got Dalvin Singletary of the Bills. We are at Darrell Mooney of the Bears. I'm high on him too. He's going to have a pretty good season. Hopefully they get their quarterback situation taken care of. Gasecki of the Dolphins, another tight end off the board. There's Leonard Fournette. Finally, Leonard Fournette taken off the board. Daniel Jones, and here I am on the clock again. So I got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a quarterback. So here we are up on the clock again. Let's see. Who are we going to take? Because once again, these are still players producing points for us, whether that's 25% or not, or they could be spot starters. So we are still looking at some very important players right now. And I'm going to go ahead and add another level. I want to go a little deeper on this, so I'm going to add 50 players down so I can scroll a little deeper. I'm going to look this over a little bit more closer. And I think I can still get some of those players later on. Let's see, we got Mike Williams, Cordell Patterson, Brandon Cooks. And we organize it by points instead of by rankings. Organize it by points instead of rankings. You have Amari Cooper actually at 204 points. Julio Jones is up there. No, this is not. That can't be right. That cannot be right. So let's not do that. See, that's the only negative about this league. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. Is their stat keeping is not the best. They need better leaderboards. They need better stat keeping. So that was a good example. I wanted to see who scored the most points, but it didn't give it to me. It gave me a weird different order. I don't know what it gave me. Anyways, I got 1 minute to choose. Okay, so let me choose a player real quick. And I am going to choose. I'm going to choose Cordell Patterson, another running back. Running backs are the cream, and I should say cream of the crop. They're tough to come by because there's not as many points producing running backs. But getting back to the flaw in the system, they definitely need to improve on. If that's the only thing that they improve on, that would make this a 10 out of 10. Right now, it's about an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 because of their stats and how they don't give you a leaderboard. So their stats is not the best, but the format is by far the best. It is a salary-driven league, real life salaries. So I've spent $42 million on my salary and on my team's salary. So I am among one of the middle of the pack. You got a guy who's already spent $101 million. $101 million, and we're only in the 9th round. So you're going to see basically when he comes down to it, he's going to be picking bottom of the barrel type players, but he's gambling. Now he's at 104. He's gambling that those top 10 picks that he got at 104 million are going to get him to the promised land. That's a strategy. Some people choose to do it. Pick best player, doesn't matter what their cost is. And let's take a look and see. He's got Patrick Mahomes. He got Mike Evans. He got Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, Darren Waller, Kareem Hunt. And then, he's got a decent 10-man roster right there. But we'll see. Okay, I'm on the clock. They just picked Tannehill. Tannehill was taken. Looks like quarterbacks are going fast and furious. So I better take a look at that real quick. Let's see if I'm going to be left with scraps. And when I say scraps, sometimes Aaron Donald would be considered scraps because a lot of people don't like him because of the $33 million contract. As you see, him and Kirk Cousins, Carson Wentz, Derek Carr. Actually, I like Derek Carr. Let's see. Jimmy Garoppolo, I like him, believe it or not. When it comes to points, obviously Tom Brady was the best of the best, but he's going to probably retire, along with Ben Roethlisberger. Deshaun Watson, up in the year. He didn't score any points. You know what? Let's go with the one that's somewhat affordable, and let's go with Derek Carr. So I'm going to draft Derek Carr before I get left with scraps at one of the most important point-producing positions out there, quarterback. As you see, Aaron Rodgers was taken right after that. Tyler Higbee, another tight end, which I don't have a backup tight end just yet. I have backups for everybody except for the tight end. Henry Ruggs, obviously, is computer generated. He doesn't know the situation with him. Chuba Hubbard, Melvin Gordon, and Gus Edwards, another running back off the clock. And here I am with my turn to choose. Let's get back to that flex position so I can see everybody that's available. And once again, I don't have a backup tight end. And there's a big drop. No, actually not a big drop. Zach Ertz he's got a new lease on life as he got out of Philadelphia. Hunter Henry, Dawson Knox. Let's go with the rookie. Nope. 230 points. Let's go with the Dalton Schultz. I got to get that backup position taken care of. So there we go. I got my backup tight end now. So you can see now who I've gotten since the first round. Josh Allen, Debo, Joe Mixon, Mark Andrews, Cooper Kupp, Elijah Mitchell, Hunter Renfrow, James Conner, Cordero Patterson, Derek Carr, Dalton Schultz. And I've spent $67 million. I'm liking my roster right now. I'm liking it a lot. If this was my team right now, I would be happy. And keep in mind, it is a mock draft. It is, obviously, there's a little bit more intelligent players than some of the computer picks, like that one that we told you about with Henry Ruggs. I doubt anybody is going to pick him. So the computer doesn't know the situation. They just go by his ranking. And obviously, that would not be a pick that was chosen. So, but once again, this is giving you an idea of what it looks like on the Dynasty Owner format. And more than likely, I will not go all 25 rounds on here because I don't want to make this an all-day video. It's already been 27 minutes. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably cut it short at 30 minutes just to give everybody an idea of what it is like. And we might go a little bit longer because I want you guys to see the whole point and the salary cap. And I'm not on the clock yet. Next pickup will be mine. So here I am again on the clock. Let's go ahead and see if I can start picking these a little bit quicker. So Brandon Cooks, Christian Kirk. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. Let's see, Christian Kirk. I'm going to save some money still. Christian Kirk. So, once again, here we are. I spent $69 million. $69 million. And that other player that I told you is now at $107 million, and he's got to be penny pinching players now. So my pool of players is as you get I guess you could say over a certain amount, certain players are no longer available to you. That might be available to somebody else that has cap room, because the computer knows what you have available as far as money and number of picks, so it starts eliminating people that you could choose from that's going to put you out of reach of making your roster legal. You have to have at least 25 players. 25 players, and the most you could have is 30, so you have to have a minimum of 25. Now I'm on the clock again. Okay, let's go with let's go with who did I get my last pick? I got Christian Kirk, so I haven't got a running back since Cordell Patterson. I got 4 running backs. I only got 3 wide receivers. Oh, 4 wide receivers now. Okay, so I don't know. Darrell Williams, Tyler Boyd. Let's see. Let's go Mike Williams. Let's spend some money so I can start showing you what it looks like. So I can show you what it looks like as you get a little bit closer to the salary cap. And keep in mind the salary cap is $127,750. So just short of $128 million. And I'm at right now, I'm at $84 million. And that number 1 player that had the number 1 pick, Julio, let the dogs out. He is only at $32 million. So he's taking the cheap approach. And nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do it. A lot of people save money. And what that allows you to do is make free agent acquisitions. When you're making trades, you can trade for better players and have cap room. I mean, there's so many different strategies teams choose to do. And look at all the wide receivers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide receivers from when I picked Mike Evans to the last one of Marvin Jones before Jonnu Smith. Yeah, Jonnu, the tight end, was picked. And now here we go with wide receivers again. Julio Jones, Corey Davis. Just a big push on wide receivers right now. There's another one, Amari Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers. Nico Collins, a rookie. Yeah, this is actually, like I said, there's Sony Michel. I was actually debating on getting him or not. This is, when it comes down to it, this is the most, not most fun. Obviously, there's a lot of fun in this game, but this is the most important part of the fun because you're developing your team right now. This is the foundation of your team. So let's go ahead and pick the... Let's see. Let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and pick my boy Van Jefferson, just for the heck of it. He's $1 million guy. He's not too bad. I'm going to pick that with my heart instead of my mind on that one. I think Van Jefferson might have a decent year. Speaking of that, let's just see. Where did Odell Beckham go? Odell Beckham. Where did he go? I'm pretty sure he had to have been selected. Well, I'm almost on the clock right now. I'm going to look for him. Because I'm telling you, and I'm on the clock right now. So let's go ahead and look for him real quick. See if he's still available. Oh, yeah, he is actually still available. Wow, that is interesting because I'm going to go ahead and grab him. I'm going to have that would give me all 3 wide receivers with Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, and Odell Beckham. That's a dangerous game to play because when it comes to bye season or bye games, then all 3 wide receivers will be gone. It won't produce me any points. I don't know if that's the best thing to do. So let's bypass that until the time comes. But I'm going to go with Brandon Cooks, best available. I'm just going to go best available right now and see where that takes me as far as salary goes. Okay, so that puts me at $102 million. So I only got $25 million left to play with. And from the looks of it, yeah, it's going to be interesting coming down to it. That's the 15th pick. I got 10 more to go. A little over, 1.5 million per player if I was to go that direction. And keep in mind, I still haven't chosen a kicker. Nobody's chosen kickers. Kickers usually typically go in the last 2 rounds. If you want to be smart, you could wait till then. if you want to be smart, which, like I said, I'm not sure the direction some people go. Best kicker available, you can jump on him early if you get a jump on it. But let's take a look at my roster real quick. I got Josh Allen. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receivers. I got Joe Mixon, Elijah Mitchell, James Conner, Cordell Patterson. So I got 1, 2, 3. I only got 4 running backs. So running back is definitely probably, well, how can I say definitely and probably, is definitely going to be my next pick. And I am not on the clock yet, but I am close. So let's start taking a look at that. Let's take a look at the running backs before I even get up on the board here, which I'm going to be on the board now. Here I am. Running backs. Yeah, here's where it starts getting tough. Here's where it gets tough. Here's where it gets tough because you're basically picking players that may never produce points for you. So let's go best available. Just for the purpose of this draft. I mean, I'm not going to say that's who I would have 100% picked on that, but best available, that puts me at 104 million with 9 more to go. That other player hooked on Thielen is at 122 million with 9 players to go. So his picks have pretty much got to be scrubs going forward. I shouldn't call a player scrub, but yeah, there's Odell Beckham. There he is. He's taken by the guy who doesn't want to spend any money. Only at $50 million he spent so far. That was a surprise. I don't think in a real draft right now I don't think Odell Beckham would last that long. We're talking the 16th round. The 16th round Odell Beckham was chosen. So here I am on the clock again. I got to pay attention a little bit more. Let's go Deontay Freeman. Let's put that flex back up there. See what the flex position shows us. Zach Ertz. Obviously, if I take Zach Ertz right now, that would put me at 112. And he's a free agent, so it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. John Brown, Tim Patrick, A.J. Green, Cole Beasley. Let's go with K.J. Osborne. Cheap, 700,000. So we're in the 17th round. As you see, it's going relatively quick. We're at 37 minutes. In real life, you got to pretty much set aside 3 hours. 3 hours to set aside when you're doing this because I've done a few, and when I'm done at the end of these, my eyes are hurting because you're looking at the screen for about 3 hours straight, and you don't really want to walk away because if you walk away and you come up there, I mean, you might be able to do it towards the end because the end doesn't really matter, but you don't really want to walk away until you see who makes the last pick. So with that being said, it's going around. We're going on the 18th round. And it's moving relatively quickly. Let's see who I am going to get. So when it comes to mine, I'm just going to go ahead and make my pick ready to go. So let's see. Looking at the players, and I got 3 players to go before mine. I'm probably going to go Devontae Freeman. I'll probably pick him. Let's just see if he's available. And he is. So I will pick him. And then I'll see who I will pick after that. I'll probably go with Cedric Wilson. I'll probably go with him. That'll put me at Where am I at? That'll put me at 108. Cedric Wilson. Looking, I'm just scrolling down here to see if there's any sleepers that I might want. Okay, and I'm on the clock. Let's go with Cedric Wilson. $2 million guy. And at this point right now, we're going to be at round 20, so I might get a jump on the kickers just because majority of the time these players aren't really going to get on into the starting lineup, so I need to get a kicker in there. And let's take a look and see what the kickers look like, which I know I'll be ahead of the ball game on that, but let's just take a look at them, because if I have a chance to get a kicker at a reasonable price, keep in mind I'm at 108, so I got 5 picks to go. I got plenty of room to pick a decent kicker that is going to produce points for me. Daniel Carlson, 169 points. Justin Tucker, 154. Justin Tucker's at a $5 million. I don't know if I want to spend $5 million for the kicker, so I might go with the Raider kicker. No, you know what? I'm actually going with the guy from Cincinnati. That guy was a pretty good kicker this year, and I think he's going to have even a better year. So, once again, I don't think kickers are going to be going until the last 2 rounds, so I don't have to worry about people taking a kicker over me. I'm just looking at who they're picking. As you can see, the draft results on the side over there. Zach Ertz was just taken. Chris Evans of the Bengals. Dearness Johnson of the Browns, and now I'm on the clock. Let's go with Evan McPherson. So I got a kicker, and let's take a look at that. It's going to be an orange one. It's going to be an ugly looking orange one. It stands out like a sore thumb. Not one kicker taken. Yep, that's the first kicker taken at all at round 20. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 more to go. So that was round 20. So let's go ahead and get my second kicker in there. I want to get my second kicker because I don't want to spend a lot of money for points. And we're going to go with Nick Folk. Nick Folk at $1 million kicker. So that's what you don't really want to spend a lot of money on a kicker. So with that being said, I got 4 more to go, and then we'll be done. So we got 4 more to go until this is over, and you can get an idea of what it's like. Once again, you see the salary cap at 110. I got $17 million to spend, and I pretty much got everything covered. I got 2 decent quarterbacks. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide receivers. I only have 2 tight ends though, and 2 kickers. So it's going to be between a tight end. I think I'm going to go with another tight end. I need to get somebody to cover me off the bench. Let's see. When it comes to me, I'm going to go at 110. Come on, man. This is getting tough. This is getting real tough. I'm going to go with CJ Uzomah. That put me all the way up to 116, so I got $9 million to go. And let's take a look at a third string quarterback. A third string quarterback, because keep in mind, your quarterbacks are going to be on bye weeks. So you got to have 3 quarterbacks if you really want to maximize your points. And I am almost on the clock, and if Taylor Heinicke is still available, I'm taking him, and he is. Let's draft him. There's my third quarterback. So boom, that gives me now my quarterback is Josh Allen, Derek Carr, and Taylor Heinicke of the Washington football team, who now are the Washington Commanders. If everybody out there did not know that, today I believe they made it official. They are the Washington Commanders. So no longer the football team, the Washington football team. They are the Commanders. So I got 2 picks to go. 2 picks to go, and we're looking at 46 minutes. I know this is a little bit long, but I kind of wanted everybody to see it play out through the end and see where everybody's at as far as how they choose their salaries. Cooper Scooper is pretty much at 126. Happy Galladay now at 126. Hooked on Thielen's at 126. Levon Prayer, Living on a Prayer, Levon on a Prayer is at 126. Ladies and Edelman is at 126. And here goes the kickers. The kickers are now on the clock. As I see, you'll see pretty much all kickers go in the next 2 rounds. That's just typically the way the computer is designed to do it, I guess. I don't know. But that is not how I did it. I got to jump on them, and I made sure I got the best ones available. And I might just throw in another kicker in there just for the heck of it, because I want to have a backup for when my kickers are on a bye. Let's go with Matt Gay. Come on, Matt Gay. Let's see. Matt Gay, yeah, he got 133. Greg Joseph of the Vikings, 134. Their pretty much salaries are even, so let's go with Matt Gay. And I got 1 pick available. 1 pick available, and I'll go ahead and show you all what we do when it's all over with. And like I said, I'm at 119, so that gives you an idea. And if you look at my team real quick. Josh Allen, Deebo Samuel, Joe Mixon, Mark Andrews, Cooper Kupp, Elijah Mitchell, Hunter Renfrow, James Conner, Cordell Patterson. Then you go to the bench players. You got, Derek Carr, Dalton Schultz, Christian Kirk, Mike Williams, Van Jefferson, Brandon Cooks, Darrell Williams, KJ Osborne, Devontae Freeman, Cedric Wilson, Evan McPherson, Nick Folk, CJ Uzama, Tyler Heinicke, and Matt Gay. So let's just, once again, this is my last pick, and then we will end this video. Last pick, flex overall, just go best player available. I basically can choose anybody on here because I got 119. I still got almost 8 million to choose from, so I could choose pretty much anybody I want. And going over this, like I said, for this purpose, I'm just going to pick Kendrick Bourne, best player available as far as the way the rankings go, and that'll put me at 124. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope everybody liked it, and subscribe and hit that like button. And I appreciate everybody that joined. And I want to thank everybody and hopefully see everybody on the next video. And once again, as the draft ends, I just want to put up a quick screen. Don't forget, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can go ahead and hit that like button on the bottom, that subscribe button. And I got a link I got a link down here if you guys want to join Dynasty Owner. I got a link down there, so if you want to save 10 bucks on your franchise fee, click on that link. That'll take you straight to how you buy your NFL franchise. And this is the screen that takes you at the end. This is the screen that'll take you at the end and just shows you everybody how much they spent. And as you see the total salaries. I'm not sure how it separates the order, but it has me way at the bottom. I'm not sure if that's a particular reason, but I spent $124 million. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see everybody on the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you get alerts on any future videos. This is Mr. Franchise to you. Thank you for watching.